Hello there, folks. I'm gonna be starting a live session here. Let me start it on my Instagram. Hello there, folks. We are starting our live Ask Me Anything session. Hello there, folks. We are starting our live Ask Me Anything session for our BUX token. Today, we are in my lovely clubhouse area. I'll actually give you all a tour of this space here in a minute when we get done. Um, and before we even get started, so we're looking at potentially doing some small, intimate gatherings or events here in the space. And so this past weekend, I was able to attend a friend of mine, Miss Morgan Graham. Shout out to you. Her birthday, and we had a great time. And I told her, hey, um, we should do something over here at my clubhouse. And this has been already part of the plan and part of the reason I moved in over here. And so I'm actually doing concierge services for this building. So BLUX is going to be offered for this entire building services, as well as the area here in Buckhead. So just again, trying to give you a taste of the high life, taste of the good life. I mean, again, this is I did a shared a video this morning of some of the properties that I was passing on the way to pick up a client for a VIP client. This is actually one of my advisors and investors. And so this client lived in a fairly affluent area of Sandy Springs. And so I was just passing some of the most incredible homes. And so that video that I shared, I'm pretty sure I passed that house. If I didn't pass that house, I passed some houses that were as good or better than that. So just to kind of give you guys a sense, I mean, it's incredible. And that's some of the good parts about what we're doing here. And so sometimes I'm actually out in the field working. And so oftentimes I do the work myself. I have many people that work with me here. I have many people that work with me on the back end, behind the scenes. I just realized I hadn't turned my light on. Hey there, I was in the dark. All right, how about some light? Shine some light on it. How about we? So it's plenty of bright light. Actually, it's a beautiful sunny day. I don't know. Like I said, you guys can see I'm right here in the community area. It's amazing views of downtown Buckhead. So yeah, but my clients this morning, the residence was just incredible, and so I have some amazing clients that have the most incredible houses, homes, cars, and these are all their valuable items that they trust me with and they trust our company with. And so that's why I really think that's very important that we build that trust with our clients, but then we also show kind of why they trust us and why our solution is building reliability with our clients and why we're chosen to provide these services for these high-end clientele. They have a very specific and very niche as far as services that they request sometimes, and then they want to make sure that people are going to appreciate what they have and take care of the things that they're asked to take care of. And so, if you're asked to come into a $3 million home or $4 million home, they're expecting you to take a certain amount of care for that. And so, again, that's a total tangent, but not really because we're talking about BLUX here. And so, we're kind of going into a bit of the services that we offer, the things that we do, and why we do them. Um, and again, as we do every day in our Ask Me Anything session, um, our platform, our software is basically connecting our clients with service providers and making sure that those service providers are able to do the services that they say they are, doing background checks, doing verifications, making sure that they do the services that they say they're doing, making sure they're not doing anything improper, they don't have any kind of backgrounds that would not allow them to do whatever services that they're supposed to be doing. All of these things are done and facilitated through our platform. And so it's very important. And we have some pretty innovative technology that we're developing to get that accomplished. And one of those things is with the blockchain. And so with the blockchain, we have actually several things that we're working on. And so I won't confuse by talking about all those different things. But what I will talk about is just specifically our BUX token. And so I actually had a very interesting conversation with a gentleman from the Georgia Tech Blockchain Club. Shout out to them. I'll tag you guys in the video. Um, but again, getting some great information. I've been to a couple of their events. They have the 404 DAO and some Immutable. I think Immutable is not necessarily part of their immediate projects, but they're definitely very involved in that. I mean, they're doing some amazing things in the blockchain space and ecosystem here in Atlanta. And so it's great to have kind of some connections and resources with them and getting some feedback and just better understanding of certain topics and things that I'm still learning myself. And so now, again, tag them in this and definitely look for them to kind of fact check me or even provide any insider information. I'll try to see if I can get any one of them to join me. They're on spring break right now. I just found out yesterday they're on spring break. So it might be hard to get any of them to join me right now, but we'll do that as soon as possible to get one of them to join along and come on a video here and do some a session. But discussing with them about the DAO and our BUX DAO, we had with our BUX token, and there's a few things that we discussed that was very interesting, and I shared a bit of that yesterday. And so we're still doing some research on that, and then we're still planning on moving forward with our pre-sale for our BUX token. But that's kind of, we're looking at some other options right now, and so we might possibly move to issue a custody or a self custody wallet. And so again, we're looking at some different options with that, and so that's something that we're going to share with everyone and discuss. And that's actually something I wanted to kind of talk about today. Just taking a quick step back. Again, we have our BLUX DAO, which we have launched on the Polygon blockchain. And so with that DAO, we are using our BUX token as the primary mechanism as far as governance and utility, rewards, and loyalty, and many other benefits within our DAO infrastructure. Again, we've kind of discussed this before. The DAO is basically a decentralized continuous organization. And so that DAO is going to be a critical part of our blockchain strategy. And so as we're moving forward, that's going to be something that we will continue to push. And this is going to be, again, one of the ways that we're just kind of building that community. And regardless of what happens with our token or the currency that we decide to utilize, so we're agnostic, and that's, I think, one of the important things to me with the DAO and our vault. We can pretty much use any currency. We can use Ethereum, we can use Polygon, or we can use any currency, whatever we choose. Really, there's really no difference at all in how we go about that. So it's pretty cool in that aspect. There's going to be some people coming through here. I'm in the community area, so they're doing like tours right now. So and this space can be reserved though. And so actually we're going to be reserving it for our events when we do choose to do that. So, all right. How the blockchain is integrated. So like I said, basically a business on the blockchain. I've said this several times already. And so that's basically, again, and you can do further research on that and an understanding of how a DAO works and the different aspects of the DAO. That's very important. So the next thing about our BUX token, and so this is, again, agnostic of specifically our token, but it's going to be important with our DAO. And so custody. And so this is something that I wanted to talk a little bit more about because I think it's going to be something that's very important as we're moving forward. And so we'll look at a couple of different options for custody. And so right now we're considering maintaining custody for our customers and clients. And so basically what that means is that we will hold your tokens and coins for you. And so what happens with that is basically, it's almost like, and if any of you are familiar with cryptocurrency or anything in the blockchain space, you have companies like Coinbase, and there are quite a few other centralized exchanges. And so basically these central exchanges, they keep your custody of your currency for you. And so that is something that it makes it a little bit simpler for the user and the user's interaction with the system. And so you still have the same, your tokens are still going to be held, and they're basically held and managed for you. And so we feel that that's going to be something simple for our users and people that aren't necessarily familiar with the crypto space. that's an easy entry point. So we already have a pretty solid loyalty base. And we have a lot of people that are already using our platform, that are already using the gig economy. They're already using Uber. They're already using Lyft. They're already using DoorDash, Uber Eats, Airbnb. These are all companies that we could potentially onboard into the crypto ecosystem. So if you understand what that means, that's massive. That's a huge opportunity. And so, I mean, you guys are hearing it here first, I guess. And so I'm definitely excited to share that, working with the Georgia Tech Blockchain Club. They have some resources that I'm going to be tapping into, and looking at basically bringing the gig economy into the blockchain space. And so, very exciting things to come with that. And so, again, just still some early exploration on that. I have a few key investors and supporters. You guys are already on my email list. So I'll be sending out emails with some additional information on that. Um, and I think really what this is at the end of the day is just making it easier to onboard people into the crypto and blockchain and Web3. And so I think with Web3 being about communities and about building a network, that's super important. And so you have these massive networks within the gig economy. And so then tapping into those huge networks, making it as easy as possible for people to kind of reap some of these benefits, I think is going to be a huge opportunity for us. And so very excited about that. And I have some kind of key pieces. Atlanta Blockchain Center, shout out to you all too. I'm going to tag you in this as well. But you guys already know, like we have a couple things that are in the works. And so definitely we're going to see kind of how that goes, as we're already kind of discussing some of these things already. Um, another thing that I just kind of touched on right there, and I mentioned this yesterday, but looking at the Matic token. So I have my BUX token, and again, as we are working on our liquidity, so we haven't completed our pre-sale of our liquidity pool yet, but the Matic token is already liquid on the Polygon network. And so what we are exploring is basically giving those who are crypto native and familiar with the blockchain ecosystem Matic tokens as opposed to our BUX token. And so with this, for example, if we gave you some Matic tokens right now, you can either use that on the existing ecosystem, whether you want to use it on Polygon, Ethereum, or any of these staking or DeFi resources. There's a ton of DeFi that you can do with Matic tokens. Again, while we're building our liquidity with our BUX, we can still give some rewards and benefits through Matic. And so that's something that we're looking at actually right now. And so I'll kind of get back to you all on that and update on that. And I think that's going to be something that's very important as well. Um, and so, yeah, just stay tuned on that for sure. The next thing, just going to touch on really quickly, the state of the crypto ecosystem. There's a ton of information, content. I mean, almost every day I'm seeing different like updates and postings. I think uh, Bitcoin right now is at over 28K. I think it was the last time I checked. I'll have to check it again, but it's holding. I'm not super familiar on all the chart terms, but so I believe it's holding at just about 28K though, and so that's very exciting for as far as the stability and the run on the market. I mean, of course, we would like to see it go higher. Um, there's a lot happening in the crypto ecosystem, so again, that's very exciting. And so it's exciting to see. I had some other exciting things in real life, as I like to say, some of these in real life kind of. To me, this is just as important as the digital space. And so I'm connecting with y'all digitally, but these are in real places. This is in real life here. And so, and I have quite a few in real life spaces and utilization for our platform that to me is as important, if not more important, than what's going on in the digital space. And so the digital space, you can only do but so much. And so, again, working with AI, working with blockchain, all these digitally native tools and solutions is very exciting. It's some of the most exciting things that we're doing right now is in that space. And so I'm definitely very much keen to that. But we're also kind of trying to stay grounded in the real world and kind of doing real world meetups, networking events, and things like that to connect with the community, people around us. And these are, again, service providers, people doing these different jobs and things like that. So that's also really important to us as well. And then I think that's the last thing I'll just leave with. But that's how we're connecting with the ecosystem. We're bringing the crypto ecosystem into the real world and real world applications. And so we're bringing those two worlds together. And so you have all these different opportunities and events and things like that that you can have in the real world. and then now bringing the blockchain and the underlying technology into that is an awesome opportunity. And so that's what we're really excited about. Um, I don't think I have anything else, and it doesn't seem like anyone else is coming in or asking any questions, so we're good to go. We have a couple sessions scheduled where we should have some people joining us, and so um, for those, we'll have like basically a panel set up, and just have more of like a question and answer, and figure out exactly what issues or concerns anyone's having with either purchasing the BUX pre-sale tokens or any questions or concerns with crypto in general that I may be able to answer. Like, I'm not the most knowledgeable expert in the space, but I do have a bit of knowledge, and then I am able to assist in some things as we are building and growing our network. All right, so without further ado, we're going to take a quick little tour of this space. As I said, we're going to be doing some events here, and so definitely look forward to those that are interested. It's going to be intimate events. I see. I thought that was somebody else I knew. But so yeah, we're going to be doing some intimate events with a couple friends and people that I know personally, and so this is definitely going to be an invite only type of situation. But again, for those that are invited, you're in a network that is going to hopefully build and grow in our not only just enjoyment, but also in our mindset, in our collective uh, higher being, if you will. And I've seen this in certain different conscious groups and things like that. And so that's kind of a popular thing. The whole conscious movement now is growing. And I think that again, even with technology, I had this conversation with someone earlier today. Um, the human connection, and so that you have the technology, and you definitely want that to grow and reach its highest level. But you want, as a person, you also want to remember the person and the people and the community and the real connections that you're having with these people. And so you want to grow that community as well. And you want to have the highest level of vibrations, if you will, in that community. And so you want everyone to kind of be in tune into a higher kind of network, if you will, the cloud. I had an interesting conversation with someone at the Atlanta Blockchain Center about that. And so, but again, let me give you guys a quick tour, and then we're going to wrap it up because I've got another meeting coming up here. We're actually looking for investors. We're looking for investors, and we have some opportunity for business that as we're growing and scaling our operations, there's going to be some opportunity for that as well. And so we have a pretty interesting proposal and opportunity for anyone that's interested in doing business with us, and there's some pretty exciting things coming about with that as well. So I got a meeting coming up with that in just a little bit. So I'll give you guys a quick tour of the space, and then for those of you that are invited for when we have any personal events, I'll see you in person here. All right, let's see. All right, I got my little setup here. I got to take this down. All right, so we got my little setup over here, a little TV, whatnot. It's actually pretty dope. Got a pool table over there. Um, so here's a front time located back here. It's a really nice space. Very much looking forward to summer coming here. Have some nice little get togethers in the space. Now, a couple of videos on how we post that that I have of the space. It's just a little bit more about it. Dining area. So we have space here. Really cool space. We have a screen. We'll probably be using that. So we're going to be shooting some content. And so for that content, we'll probably do a screening in here. So anyone that is involved in our business or any of our supporters who work together, give some additional information on screenings, so we can only for that and then have that content screens here at our building. So Alrighty, that is it. Hope you all have a great day, and I'll be in touch for the next Ask Me Anything session. If y'all have anything, shoot me a direct message. Hope you all have a great day, blessed, make some money, do something great, do something amazing. Bye. What's up there, folks? On a live session from our clubhouse here at my apartment. I'll share the video with that. I'm going to do that whole video again, but I'll share it here. But just giving you guys a quick glimpse of beautiful Buckhead, downtown Buckhead here. Got our nice community center. I'm going to give you guys actually. See that. All right. Downtown Buckhead. And I'll share the rest of the video so you guys can check it out. A little bit of the scenery. So we're going to be doing some events here at the space. As I said, I have a concierge contract with the property, so I'm going to concierge services. So we're going to be doing some marketing and other creative events in the space. So I'm look forward to sharing that with you all. It's a really nice space. You got a pool table here. I'll show you guys the office area, the business center. This is our community clubhouse, and so you get to rent the space out and do various events and things like that, which we'll be doing. I was just doing some filming here just a second ago. I'll share the rest of that video. We have our screening room over there, and there's another side of the clubhouse, and we have a very nice dining area. But yeah, nice I'll probably go out there and show you all once we're out there doing some events. That's actually maybe something I'll do a little bit later, also this summer. But I'll share the video for you, and you can take a look at what we just discussed for our daily crypto Ask Me Anything. And so just going over some of our crypto developments and what's going on with our blockchain. Any questions or concerns, you guys can feel free to reach out to me, and we can connect and go from there. Sheesh.